try to discover a little something to make me sweeter.
I'm not reacting at all.
Don't get love these. I wasn't reacting to you saying that.
Kiss me.
I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. That you give me no reason why you make me work so hard. That you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no soul. I hear you calling. Oh baby, please give a little respect to and if I should falter, would you open your arms out to me?
Okay, so we just
We
go.
can make love not war, and live at peace with our hearts. I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. What religion or reason could drive a man to forsake his lover? Don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no. So I hear you calling. Oh baby, please give a little respect to me. I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. That you give me no reason. You know you're making me work so hard. That you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no.
It says that we sleep in a full bed, which is the best, because we get to cuddle. Okay. This has been fun. First of all, I just want to say I feel really calm and cool. I just feel good. How do you guys feel?
Great.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, Katuba signings usually don't have a huge sense of ceremony. Historically, they kind of shifted from almost a dowry arrangement between two fathers legalistically going through a document, making sure that the cows are going to the right person at the right time. It's kind of seeped in an older tradition there, shifting to a more progressive, almost prenuptial sense of what happens to protect a bride in a time of tragedy or anything else bad that happens, to now where Ketubah is an opportunity for a couple to solidify their intentions to each other and to create a document that they can keep and share and view and read when they care about, instead of having something locked away in case it's a legal event. It's a document that they get to see every day if they want and know that the words that they share to each other are always present in their lives. We've all seen how intentional Jesse and Zach are in everything that they do, let alone here at this wedding. Everything's been running so well and so organized and with such meaning behind it, and we all here appreciate that. And we know that you guys continue to show that intentionality with each other. To hold on to the idea of Ketubah as also a document of protection. It's not just a symbol of intention, it's an opportunity that you guys are committing to caring for each other and looking out for each other, protecting each other in the best and worst times. And for all of us here, we're also looking out to protect you and to make sure that whatever happens, you guys will keep going in the best direction that you can and that you are. I just wanted to turn it over to Layla to talk a bit more about.
As long as I've known Zach, he does everything with kavanah, which is in Hebrew
That's true.
Yeah. So during one of these weekends, I forgot which year, maybe a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago now, Zach did an impression of a TV character on a show called Little Britain. That goes something like, Margaret.
Yeah.
And Jesse turned to Zach and said, Zach, that was so good. That's the best I've ever heard you say that. Good job. And it was such a you probably don't remember that, but I've never forgotten this moment, because it made me realize that no matter how Jesse is, this has made me realize that you're the perfect partner for Zach, and that you guys are perfect for each other, because no matter how small the achievement can be as small as that, you are supportive and positive and loving, and you back each other up with kindness and your full attention. And as far as I'm concerned, that is your living ketubah, your intention to each other, and the intention and love you have for each other at every small moment of the day. And I've learned from seeing you guys in your how you treat each other, and you are each other's spiritual other half. I love you guys.
Love you.
And I wish you hamon mazal tov and bahatzlacha, and I love you.
Congratulations.
On the third day of the month of Sivan, in the year 5777 of the Jewish calendar, corresponding to the 28th day of the month of May, in the year 2017 of the secular calendar, as recorded in Rensselaersville, New York, Jesse North and Zachary Lax entered into the covenant of marriage. We hereby pledge to trust, respect, and support each other throughout our married life together. We shall always endeavor to be open and honest, understanding and accepting, loving and forgiving, and loyal to one another.
Okay. We hereby promise to work together to build a harmonious relationship of equality. We shall respect each other's uniqueness and help one another to grow to our fullest potential. We will comfort and support each other through life's sorrows and joys. Together, we shall create a home filled with learning, laughter, and compassion. A home wherein we will honor each other's cherished family traditions and values. Our commitment to each other seals this document.
Thank you.
What do you want me to do? I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean like I'm gonna let you do this.
This is like everything. It's like, well, if I let you do it, then will you do it?
Detail oriented.
It is a legal document.
Oh, I'm so proud of that signature.
That's a beautiful
Beautiful.
That was a good one.
Yay.
Love it.
That's a great one.
Love it.
Another good one.
Wait, like, you want to
The
sign?
pressure is on.
So
Yours,
yours
yours.
are. Yes. Okay.
Now,
And now Rachel
you
signed
sign
under Jesse's name.
Yeah,
So
but the
witness,
witness line.
the third line.
That's the most important signature ever.
Great. And now Jeff, if you would sign under my name.
No, but it's terrible.
Just take it.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I need that piece of paper.
It's you, and that
Practice.
you're. It's yeah. We
It's a
can.
big squiggle though.
It's fine.
Oh.
Nice.
Thank you guys. This is my mom's ring right here.
Oh, yay. Yay.
And I'm gonna be a fucking mess up there. So get ready. I mean, like, oh my god.
Want to get ready so I do Mother's Time?
Hello and welcome. We would like to welcome you all to the Carey Institute for Global Good to celebrate the wedding of our dear friends, Zach and Jesse. Getting here can be a journey, and it is a testament of our love for these two, that we journey from near, far, some of us very far, to be here this weekend to honor this special time in Zach and Jesse's lives.
They know you could have been seeing dear Evan Hansen this weekend. And Jesse and Zach probably wish they could be at the opening of some new roller coaster at Six Flags, no doubt. However, we all know this is the hottest ticket in town, and we are so thrilled to be here.
We're in this unique configuration as a symbol of Jesse and Zach's community of love and support. We who are assembled here surround the couple and cast our energy to both of them on this day and for the rest of their lives.
Before we continue, we should probably introduce ourselves and why we are standing here before you.
My name is Jeff Gluckman. Zach and I met and became friends in junior high when we bonded over loving Rent, and probably still hold a record for the longest phone calls between junior high school boys ever. While our musical theater tastes have expanded and we no longer get to see each other as much as we would like, our 20-year friendship remains strong. It is an honor to be able to help officiate his marriage to Jesse.
My name is Michelle Donahoe, and Jesse North is my best friend. 13 years ago, we met during our college freshman orientation, and we formed an immediate bond over musical theater, among other things, that became a lasting journey, one which we've shared incredible times, made amazing memories, and remained thick as thieves. Having the entire United States between us hasn't stopped us from being closely bonded now and always, and I am so grateful to also be here today to help officiate his wedding to Zach.
When Jesse and Zach asked us to officiate their wedding, we couldn't have been happier to help celebrate the special couple's transition from 2 one-act plays into a fully realized musical. And the cast is all here, so give yourselves a round of applause.
Jesse and Zach hope folks have enjoyed their weekend so far at Carey Institute. We know some of you participated in yoga this morning, getting limber to dance the night away tonight. We know that we have just enjoyed walking the grounds ourselves.
Zach and Jesse chose this space for their wedding, not just for its beauty, but also for the wonderful work that the Carey Institute does by hosting retreats for social justice organizations that bring together dynamic thought leaders to address our world's pressing issues. The Carey Institute is helping to make a better world.
In fact, right after we leave here on Monday, the Carey Institute is welcoming a summit to develop coursework to prepare teachers of refugees in the United States and abroad. Let's give the Carey Institute a round of applause. We would like to call up some of Jesse and Zach's friends to speak about 2 pillars of marriage that they hold dear in their relationship.
First, we invite up Jessica Stevens, Zach's childhood neighbor and family friend.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this amazing celebration, or as my friends and colleagues refer to it, the day my 2 favorite people in the whole wide world are getting married. Truthfully, I've been looking forward to this day since the second I met Jesse. Some of you might know me as the girl that never left the Lax residence, the wannabe Jew from across the street, Zach and Annie's adopted sister that I'm not really sure they elected to have, so it's only fitting that I focus on the topic of family. In preparation for today, I read a few definitions of the word. Most had to do with blood relation or heritage, and then I stumbled across this one. Being genetically related doesn't make you family. Love, support, trust, sacrifice, honesty, protection, acceptance, gratitude, and loyalty is what makes you family. That definition closely aligns to the components of a successful marriage. If you look around today, you'll see many members of the Zach and Jesse family. Blood relatives, relatives by marriage, lifelong friends, and colleagues. The Zach and Jesse family is a special one. I'm constantly in awe of the 2 incredible men, the the incredible people that these two amazing men attract. From social celebrations to after parties, their social calendar is always full. It often requires you to book a month in advance. I'll never forget sitting in a restaurant with Jesse just a few months ago. It was a gloomy evening and I dragged him out for margaritas in preparation for a bad rom-com. I was so happy he agreed to go with me. Zach would have taken one look at that tomato meter and told me I was on my own. But that's Jesse. Always optimistic, always selfless, always prioritizing his friends and family. I adore you, and I couldn't pick a better Jesse for my Zach. Okay. In conversation that night, Jesse shared one of his favorite stories with me. He used to tell me that when him and Zach first started dating, he was so excited to see him that he would sprint from the subway. I've always known you were the one, and I've always known this day would come. Z, you're my big brother. I've had so many proud little sister moments. One that really stands out was the day I came to the Barrow Street Theater to pick up tickets to your latest and greatest production, Bright Colors, Bold Patterns. I couldn't wait for everyone to see your great work. You told me you were about to be interviewed for a Playbill article later that day. We both broke down in tears and hugged, and then in true little sister form, I asked, what are you going to be wearing for that? I'm sorry, I'm a product of Rachel and Annie Lax, and that's just where our head goes. A little over 6 months ago today, we lost the glue to this family, our Rachel. I'll never forget sitting at breakfast one day where she told us that if it didn't work out between Z and Jay, we're going to have to give up Zach and take Jesse. She's done so many amazing things lately to let us know that she's still got us. Coincidentally, reuniting Annie and I in Madrid for my 30th birthday, sending us the most vivid rainbow I've ever seen after leaving us our first Mother's Day away, and clearing the skies to pave way for this special event. She's our angel. She believed in this marriage and she blessed it with her whole heart. I want to sincerely thank you all for being here today. Although this is Zach and Jesse's day, it's such a special day for so many of us. The love and support surrounding this couple is overwhelming. Life can be complicated, but it always seems to work out the way it's supposed to. There are moments when it can feel like a roller coaster. Sometimes you close your eyes and hold on in sheer terror, and other times you just have to throw your hands in the air and enjoy the ride. Judging by your Six Flags adventures, I know you're both very familiar with this. But judging from your genuine love and respect for each other, I know you'll never let go. I love you both more than I can express. The world is a better place because each of you exists, and it's an even better place now that you're together forever.
We would now like to invite Jesse's childhood friend, Michelle Smiley, to come up to say a few words.
Hi, everybody. Jesse and Zach asked me to speak about loyalty today. As many people have commented so far this weekend, I think it's a very fitting topic for me to talk about. Jesse and I have been friends since we were 11 years old. We've gone through a lot of life stages together, and he is one of the most loyal people I have in my life, and I'm honored to be able to speak to this in regards to marriage now. No marital contract spells out or even defines loyalty, yet both partners assume that this commitment will be honored. Sure, it means being faithful, but loyalty does not only mean physical fidelity. It also includes emotional devotion. Being loyal means making decisions as partners, regardless of what friends, families, or coworkers may think. Being loyal means turning to each other first, in good times and in bad. Being loyal means being respectful of your partner's weaknesses and discreetly helping them compensate for those weaknesses without judgment. It means keeping confidences without fail. It means siding with your partner, even when you think he may be partially at fault. It means reassuring your partner you will always be there emotionally and physically whenever you are needed. It means prioritizing your partner's needs above all others' needs. It means keeping your word, being truthful and reliable, and keeping your promises to your significant other. It means accommodating your mate, even when you don't really feel like it. Being loyal really just means, in the end, choosing each other over everyone else, no matter the circumstances, forever.
Zach and Jesse would like to acknowledge the members of the LGBTQ community who came before them to fight for marriage equality. We express our gratitude for those that made it possible for us to be here today.
There's still a ways to go, but we take this time to honor and thank those whose shoulders we stand on, as without their courage, this beautiful moment would not be possible.
The grooms would also like to honor and remember their loved ones who are not here with us today. Marie Littell, Jesse's grandmother, Judy Siegel, Zach's aunt, and Rachel Lax, Zach's mom.
In honor of those who've passed but remain present in our hearts, we'd like to invite Jesse's mom, Dr. Melanie North, who will read a selection from one of Jesse and Zach's favorite musicals, Spring Awakening.
Now they'll walk on my arm through the distant night, and I won't let them stray from my heart. Through the wind, through the dark, through the winter light, I will read all their dreams to the stars. I'll walk now with them. I'll call on their names. I'll see their thoughts are known. Not gone, not gone. They walk with my heart. I'll never let them go.
To honor Zach's Jewish traditions, he is wearing a kippah given to him by his Aunt Judy from Israel. To also honor those traditions, we stand mostly under a chuppah, as long as we still can, a Jewish wedding canopy held by friends and family of the grooms. You guys have been troopers, especially these two mentions over here. Can you believe these two guys are twins? I don't know, I still can't believe it. Chuppahs have symbolized many things over the spans of Jewish civilization. One of the important aspects of the chuppah this couple finds meaningful is its symbolism for the home they will create together. This chuppah has been made from one of Zach's mom's tablecloths. By standing under this particular chuppah, may they both continue to emulate and embody Rachel's care in maintaining a loving home for her family and friends. May they continue to feel embraced by her unending love and heartfelt desire to support them the way this chuppah canopies them now. And if they choose to use this tablecloth in the future, remember to only use gluten-free foods in respect for Rachel's food allergies.
Before we continue to Jesse and Zach's vows to each other, we wanted to take a few more moments to offer our own reflections on them and what this wedding means to us.
So many things have been said about Jesse and Zach and their relationship this weekend. So many beautiful things. I'll get to them. But before I do, I wanted to take a few moments to talk about me. When Zach called and asked me to help officiate this wedding ceremony, I of course said I'd be thrilled to do it. Hanging up the phone, I began reflecting on our 20-year friendship and who I was when I first met Zach when I was 12. As a person who has stuttered basically since my first words, I grew up feeling embarrassed in my voice and dreaded speaking. Whether speaking in class, speaking on the phone, speaking in front of groups, just ordering a pizza, anytime I had to talk, it was frightening for me. My 12-year-old self was really stuck in that fear and had a lot of resentment towards his own voice. A profound shift in my relationship to my voice started with my friendship with Zach. I remember the first time he called. We barely knew each other, and the call had technically just been to ask a quick question about our 6th grade science homework, but it turned into a 45-minute gab session. While just a prelude to our burgeoning friendship and now decades of marathon phone conversations. At the time, it meant a lot to know someone was interested in listening to me speak for so long, no matter how I spoke. A year later, at my bar mitzvah, Zach opened his congratulations speech to me with the words, "I love your voice." Never change it. I just watched that a couple days ago just to make sure I had it right. I never would have connected the words love and my voice for myself. And in being so at ease for loving my voice, Zach helped me learn to do the same. So I say all that just because I want everyone to know how honored and grateful I am to be in position to use my voice today to help Zach and Jesse get married. It's really a full circle moment for me that the voice I have because of my friendship with Zach, I'll be able to use in a few minutes to pronounce Zach's union to Jesse. So, enough about me. Everyone who knows Zach knows he is unbelievably considerate, goes out of his way to make you feel special, and is just hilariously funny. From the first dinner when Zach introduced me to Jesse, I knew immediately that Jesse shared these qualities. I was so impressed at how he asked thoughtful questions and how genuinely interested he was in getting to know me. I started imagining that he and Zach could go anywhere together and effortlessly turn a room full of strangers into their good friends. And I know many of us here have already seen that happen. From day one, I knew Jesse was a keeper. Over the years, I have seen Jesse plan amazing, elaborate, multi-layer surprises for Zach. The kind Zach loves, and also loves to likewise plan for him. I've seen them both delight in their thoughtfulness for each other when they send each other cute messages and gifts, even if they are separated for just an hour. Jesse has become a dear friend to me in his own right, and I'm excited to continue seeing these two love each other deeply and never miss an opportunity to let each other know how much they care. Before I close, I want to share a little bit about my relationship to Zach's mom, Rachel. Whenever I talked with Rachel privately, even starting back in junior high, the one question she would always ask was, "Is Zach happy?" She asked because her children's happiness was the most important thing to her. Since Zach began his relationship with Jesse, I never had a doubt telling her, yes, Zach is very happy. While she couldn't be here today, like she hoped, I know that Rachel, like everyone else here, can see how happy you two are.
I first want to say that both Jesse and Zach look amazing, so that has to go on record. And it really is just so wonderful seeing all of these people from all over the country and the world gathered here at the Catskills to celebrate these two amazing guys. As I mentioned before, Jesse and I went to college together in Philly and have known each other for many years. Thinking back on our 4 years at Temple always brings a smile to my face, because we definitely had some times for the books. From trips down to South Street to get tattoos and Johnny Rockets, to navigating public transportation from North Philly to Atlantic City just to see an opening band of a concert in a casino we may have been too young to be in, to introducing Jesse to various movies he really should have seen as a child. Back to the Future. Oh, excuse me. The experiences we've had together truly are some of the fondest and dearest memories of my younger adulthood. I appreciate that Jesse and my friendship started during such a formative time in our lives, because I can see the tangible changes Jesse has gone through as a person over the years. And while he was an amazing person in college, he has grown into nothing short of an incredible man now. He is a compassionate, generous, thoughtful, driven, and completely genuine person. Jesse deserves the absolute best, and I could not be more delighted that he was able to 100% find that in Zach. Not only is Zach such an amazing man himself, but he has helped to bring out all of these great qualities in Jesse. It has been a privilege to watch these guys grow together individually and as a couple. Jesse, I am just so beyond happy that you have found such a warm and kind-hearted person in Zach. Zach, thank you for coming into my best friend's life and making him the happiest I have ever seen him. I know he brings you equal joy, and that's all I could have ever asked for my best friend. I wish you both a lifetime of love, laughter, and happiness. It will be an honor for all of us to witness the next steps in your journey together.
Now, Zach and Jesse would like to share the vows they have prepared for each other.
Jesse, will you please?
Get ready. Zach, we have come so far since we met at Noel Himmelstein's birthday party, and I went home and properly Facebook stalked you. As I obsessively combed over each and every photo of you that I could find online, a horror washed over me as I came to believe that you were married to Jeff, as your Facebook account stated. But you weren't married, much to my relief. And now, 5 years later, it turns out that Jeff is marrying us. Thank you, Jeff. As I thoroughly Facebook stalked you, clicking through photos of your travels around the world, you goofing around with friends, and watching you grow from a teenager to a young man, I thought to myself, this is someone's life I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of his every day. I am so blessed to say that I am. It took me a long time to find you. And to be able to stand here today has been a hard journey. And not like the kind they talk about on The Bachelor. You supported and protected me at every step. You helped me to grow in the way that allows someone to become their best self. And I have become the best version of me by being loved by you. I promise to love you in the same way, to hold you and to allow you to grow in all the ways that you need to. And I want us to always make each other better. When I look at you, I see magic. I see it, and I feel it in the way you love me, the way you treat other people, the way you are with our friends, the way you are with my mom, the good son you are to your parents, even strangers that you meet at the store, even if you are sometimes just trying to get something for free. Life with you is magic. I feel it right now around us. Magic is what brought us together. You've always been the one for me. You know that. I've never had a moment of doubt. I've always said it was like you were tailor-made for me. I can't believe someone like you exists. You are the greatest gift of my life. I love you so deeply that I worry I will never be able to truly convey to you how I feel for you. So it is my great honor to get the chance to express it to you by action every day for the rest of our lives, and to give you the same magic that you give me.
Zach, will you please?
Jesse, I cannot think of something more life-affirming than standing here, surrounded by our loved ones, further committing my love to you. Loving you is the easiest thing I've ever done, and that's saying something. Jesse, you radiate an incredible energy of love and understanding, and that is apparent to all who know you. What will never cease to amaze me is that your love and energy remains a constant. It's 6 a.m., you're up, bright and cheery, dishing out a joke, laughing at one of my jokes, or going out of your way to do a silly walk or get me to crack a smile. And when the storm clouds roll in, we hit bumps in the road, and there seems to be no visibility in sight, there's you, radiating love and serenity, poised to lead the way. From very early on in our relationship, 5.5 years ago, I often had the urge to ask you if you'd marry me. We'd be out to dinner at Tulsingo, or driving to Hershey Park, and this intense raw emotion would wash over me, and I'd want to blurt out, "Will you marry me?" It was never a doubt in my mind that I wanted to ask you to marry me. Though let it stand, you beat me to it. To me, it was about allowing time to be intentional with the next steps in our relationship. And time has given me the chance to write these vows, which I started writing from the moment I met you, even though no word saw a page until yesterday. Jesse, I am so lucky to be yours. Wherever you are is the place where I want to be, and I feel like we're just beginning. I vow to honor and cherish your love, and I vow to allow myself to be loved, as it is the reason we are here today.
Okay, so now we're ready to do an exchange of rings. Olivia, will you please?
Jesse, please repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a reminder
as a reminder
that I will love, honor, and cherish you
that I will love, honor, and cherish you
in all times,
in all times,
in all places,
in all places,
and in all ways forever.
and in all ways forever.
Zach, please repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a reminder
as a reminder
that I will love, honor, and cherish you
that I will love, honor, and cherish you
in all times,
in all times,
in all places,
in all places,
and in all ways forever.
and in all ways forever.
By the power vested in us, we now pronounce you married. You may kiss your husband.
I gotta worry deep in my mind that I'll be lonely till the day I die. Then I see ya and I believe you are all I need. I gotta get away down by the coast that I can run to when I need it the most. But that's all over, 'cause it's you and me. You are all I need. I just know in the end, if it's time it will take, then it's time I will spend. I don't need anything, 'cause it's already taken its hold on me. Give a little wave up above to whatever created this love. I can't say if it's bigger than me, but all I know is you are all I need.
I feel as happy as we could be. Everything was exactly as we wanted. There's so much you can't plan, and we planned everything we could, and everything else was left up to, the universe.
I feel grounded. I feel so cool and calm. just feel happy and like in love and happy and satisfied and
Everything I've ever wanted, and I wanted this.
yeah, I just feel great.
I wanted this since the beginning.
This time I will spend. I don't need anything, 'cause it's already taken its hold on me. Come whatever, big or small, if it breaks me and I should fall, nothing's ever as bad as it seems, baby. You are all I need. I'm gonna take my time, catch my breath, let the cool air fill my chest. I'll settle in. You know this ain't no passing thing. You are all I
We're great honor to introduce you for the first time as a newly married couple, the grooms, Jack and Jesse, everybody. All right, now please focus your attention on the center of the dance floor for our first dance. They will be dancing to Toby Lightman's Bumps in the Road.
I will wait for you. I don't care if there's work to do. When the dust settles down, there'll be love all around. So I will wait for you. Come on and take my hand, 'cause I'm building us a brand new plan. If we gotta jump from this train in the pouring rain, are you ready? I know I am. Sometimes life moves away too fast. No more running away with nothing to say. I know you can't live this life in the past. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm taking this away and tearing it down, throwing it off the tracks. There's no looking back on that now. It's just you and I. We don't have to go it alone over these bumps in the road.
All right, at this time, at the request of the grooms, we'd like everyone to please join.
I know that change is hard, and it's tough when you take down your guard. But you gotta look at yourself before you love someone else. It's a fair game of playing your cards. Sometimes life moves away too fast. No more stepping aside with tears in our eyes. I know you can't live this life in the past. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm taking this away and tearing it down, throwing it off the tracks. There's no looking back on that now. It's just you and I. We don't have to go.
All right, and now at this time, if I could ask everyone to please find their seats once again.
It's hard for me knowing how much Rachel wanted to be here, how much she loved Zach and Jesse. When the kids were growing up, we wanted our kids to be happy loving, and kind. Zach and Jesse and my daughter Annie have these qualities. They're a source of joy, and we love them. For over 41 years, Rachel had my back, and I had her back. And that's my wish for Zach and Jesse, that you're always there for each other in good health. Thanks to all of you coming here to help us honor them. The prayer for the bread, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu haolam, asher kanishanu v'nisasanu v'tzivonu. What's the next one? Ahad. Amotzi lechem min haaretz. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I'd like to call up Zach's sister, Annie Lax.
Hi, welcome. So, I bet many of you don't know that this is actually not Zach's first wedding. It's not. He's been married before, to a Jessie nonetheless.
I've never seen that photo. Oh my God!
They ask in the musical Aida, is it written in the stars? And the answer is yes. See, we always knew Zach would marry Jessie. We just had the wrong Jessie pegged. And there you go. I thought that the first moment that Zach met Jessie, and then I heard about him. And I thought maybe it's that simple. That it was supposed to be Jessie all along. Zach was meant to be with him. We're thinking of the wrong person. And make no mistake, there's a reason we're all here in the Catskills today. Zach watched Dirty Dancing every single day when he was 3 years old. His favorite moment was at the end. And it was in the final song, I've Had the Time of My Life. Not when Baby gets out of the corner, or when she does the infamous lift with Johnny. But it was actually when the three old ladies got up to dance. And my mom used to rewind and reset that VHS tape multiple times a day. But you see, Zach always did things his own creative way. He had his own language. Body meant water. Boom hoppy meant fireworks because they went boom and everyone was hoppy. And to morning meant tomorrow morning, which actually totally makes sense because if we have today, tonight, and tomorrow, why not have to morning? His obsession were these Sylvanian family figures, and he called them the Banian Famila. And it's really funny because we also called our family the Banian Famila now. But here's the thing, Zach's always been right. Embrace the moments, enjoy the beats that no one else does. Have the time of your life watching three old ladies dance. He's always been a fan and the most thoughtful, supportive human being. He knew my cheers better than I did when I was a cheerleader in 7th grade. And he always had the confidence to do things his own way. For example, it even meant wearing a sweatshirt, a clip-on tie, a Mickey Mouse hat out to the store. And I was completely mortified. And my parents were like, he's fine, let him be. They were right. And here's the other thing. I'm actually Zach's biggest fan. His passion, encouragement, sincerity shines through. Whether it's in theater or travel or even picking the best restaurant, I'm lucky to have the brother that I have. But I really don't think that I realized quite how lucky I was until I met Jesse. And then I got to know Jesse and I realized I didn't just get lucky once, I got lucky twice. Jesse brings out the best in Zach. He is the yin to Zach's yang, and they are a perfect pair. Jesse is a bright ray of light that has fit into our family from the start. It's surprisingly easy to be with him, whether we're swimming up to the beach in St. Martin or just hanging out in Blackthorn Lane. There's no one I'd want to talk to more about pop culture, movies, or anything really. He cares and he's caring. He never forgets the details and he always asks questions. He's truly one of a kind. It's hard to imagine we're here at Zach and Jesse's wedding without my mom. She fell in love with Jesse from the start, and she told me constantly how lucky we are that he's ours. She saw how happy he made Zach, and that's all that mattered. And in my mom's eyes, you were always part of the family. The best way to honor her tonight is to do one thing, and that's to dance. I mean, that's it. There's no secret. My mom loved to dance. She loved a great dance floor. In fact, a year ago, she was truly the last person to leave Owen and Arthur's bar mitzvah. They had to drag her out. And actually, the day before she died, she actually gave us a list of songs she wanted to dance to at Jesse and Zach's wedding. So my ask of you tonight is that when you hear anything by Mariah Carey, Earth, Wind, and Fire, September, Donna Summer's The Last Dance, YMCA, That's What Friends Are For, or anything by the Jersey Boys. That we dance a little harder and we sing a little louder and we think of Rachel tonight and honor her because that's why we're all here. And that's what she would want. And so, in order to quote another incredible woman in my life, my Aunt Judy, this is nachas. This is joy. It's a blessing. We're all here together and we're supporting this incredible couple. So, I know she's smiling down with my mom, and then Uncle Arthur's up there raising a glass. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like you to all raise a glass, which I don't have, but you guys do. And I want to honor my brothers, Zach and Jesse. May you continue to be as happy as you are right now. May you spread your joy and your joie de vivre to the entire world and always have the time of your life. And Jesse, my dad and I would like to officially welcome you to our Banian family. And as Zach always said, cheers to our health and God.
All right, let's hear it for Annie Lax, everybody. Zach's sister. All right, next up we're going to hear a toast from Jesse's dad, Mr. Dave North.
Still have. Always been proud of my son, Jesse. I can see it in his large circle of friends, in the way he's handled his career, and how he's been such a good son. And now he's found Zach, and Zach has all the same qualities, and I love you both. Thank you.
All right, Jesse's dad, Mr. Dave North. All right, next up, I'd like to call their friend Amanda Aganza.
Hi, everyone. My name's Amanda. I'm one of Jesse's best friends from high school. In true New Yorker fashion, I forgot to print out my speech, so I hope you don't mind if I'm using my phone. Oops. Anyway, I first got to know Jesse when he interviewed me for an article in the school newspaper back in high school. Little did we know how great a role we'd play in each other's lives. Speaking of great roles, he was the Nathan Detroit to my Adelaide in high school, which, as many of you know, is immortalized by that infamous Nathan Detroit tattoo on his shoulder. Awesome choice, Jess. It has little dice to go along with it. It's impossible to know Jesse North without absolutely adoring him. As you heard in Kim's speech last night, for those of you who were here, a lot of people refer to Jesse as their professional friend. I think that is the perfect way to describe him. Jesse is genuinely interested and enthusiastic about whatever is going on in your life. and he can always make you feel like you're the most important person in the room, even in a room full of this many people. Furthermore, he's the most dependable and loyal person I've ever met in my entire life. If you need him, he's there, no questions asked. Jesse, I also just wanted to add how proud of us I am. How often can you have your ex not only at your wedding, but giving one of the speeches? Cheers to that. For those...
Did you hit the button?
Did I hit the button?
That was not a mistake.
I think that was a battery issue. My bad.
You hit the button.
So, for those of you who don't know, Jesse and I dated in high school. We knew we were meant to be, but we just didn't know it was meant to be besties for life who could unconditionally love and support each other. Jess, there was a point in time where we didn't know if we'd be able to maintain our friendship, and I cannot be happier that we were wrong, because I can't picture my life without you. Not for a second. I don't think I've ever properly thanked you for trusting me and for putting so much effort into our friendship. We've come so far, and to be able to be at your wedding and to have you take part in mine, I'm truly honored. And I'm so, so happy that I can call you one of my best friends. Zach, you're a godsend. You really are. I couldn't have designed a more perfect partner for Jesse. If we had engineered him ourselves, we could not have made a more perfect person to match our best friend. Jess, you shared with us the story of how your relationship began and progressed. The amount of gentleness, understanding, and support you gave him as he navigated a whole new aspect of his life speaks volumes to your character. You've brought out the best in Jesse, which as his best friends, we didn't even know was possible. I can't help but swoon when I see you guys together. It's how proud you are of each other's accomplishments, how much you support each other. Your little displays of affection makes me melt every time. You're both so lucky to have found each other. So let's all raise a glass. Again, I know we've done this a lot, but we're also trying to get you a little drunk. To Jesse and Zach, I can't wait to see what your future has in store. Here's to many more shows, adventures, and just a lifetime of love.
All right, next up we have another friend, Mr. Andy Lefkowitz, everybody.
Hey, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andy, and I've been proud to call Zach my best friend for 7 years. It's a great honor to toast him and Jesse today. As an aside, I know a lot of us in this room don't know each other, but I feel like we know each other quite well because the thing that binds us is that we love Zach and Jesse very much. Thank you to the Laxes and the Norths for their generosity in giving all of us this wonderful weekend. I want to give you all a little insight into how I see Zach and Jesse and why I know they're the perfectly matched pair. My friendship with Zach first kicked off because of our shared passion for the original Broadway production of The Color Purple. The musical about a child wife named Celie who overcomes hardship and comes out belting to the rafters. Zach and I have spent many a subway ride singing from The Color Purple, trying to mimic the cast album to varying degrees of success. Along the way, we have converted more than a few New Yorkers to getting on board with the musical. In fact, I have a sneaking suspicion that all of our subway singing led to so much grassroots interest in The Color Purple that the show actually had a Broadway revival. It's true. Now that's an unbeatable bond. Zach is the friendliest person I know who is full of surprises. One of my favorite Zach stories is from when we were headed to Staten Island to see Liza Minnelli, as you do. And we arrived about an hour early. We started walking around Staten Island when we passed by a Latin barber shop. "I need to get a haircut," said Zach. All of the barbers in the shop only spoke Spanish. And wouldn't you know it, Zach struck up a full-on, lively conversation in Spanish with the barber giving him a haircut. "You speak Spanish?" I said to Zach. "Yep." Now for a look back. A little over 5 years ago, Zach and I were heading out to the birthday party of a mutual friend. Just a typical night on the town in New York. Shortly after we arrived at the venue, we were scanning the crowd when I turned to Zach to see him gazing into the distance. If you've ever seen one of those love-struck cartoon characters that has big hearts popping out of its chest, then you'll have an idea of what I saw. I looked in the direction where Zach's eyes were pinned, and across the room I saw a tall, handsome young man wearing a sport coat, tie, and snazzy glasses. Before I could say a word, a determined Zach was making his way across the room. He introduced himself to Jesse, and the rest is history. Since that night, I've been fortunate to get to know Jesse quite well. Here are some things I've learned. He is a real foodie. His theater tastes span from Spring Awakening to Flashdance the Musical to The Testament of Mary. And he has an impeccable sense of humor. He also happens to be the most caring person I know. Words that come to mind when I think of Jesse: thoughtful, determined, big-hearted, smart, silly, kind. Jesse, I've loved getting to discover why you are the magnet to the best people. A simple look around this room is proof. Most of all, I've loved watching Zach discover his best self as he's gotten to know you. You have won the hearts of all of Zach's extended family, and we are so lucky to call you ours. Jesse, I am blessed to have you as my dear friend. I love you like a brother. Zach, I love you like a sister. We've spent time trying to resist uncontrollable laughter in awkward situations. We've giggled together about our favorite Broadway actresses, debating who hit which note higher. You are the ultimate confidant and the warmest friend. Watching you and Jesse grow together, learn from each other, and be there for one another through the best and the worst makes it clear that you two are meant to be. You complement each other in the most unique ways. Perhaps most of all, you put your loved ones above everything else. I'm sure everyone here tonight can testify to the fact that your and Jesse's shared values of friends and family coming first are at the heart of what binds you. I'm filled with such pride as I tip my hat to my best friends, two stand-up guys with hearts of gold and funny bones to provoke a lifetime of laughter. Zach and Jesse, I can't imagine a better suited pair. Congratulations.
All right, Mr. Andy Lefkowitz. All right, and we do have one last friend to hear from. Let's hear for Claire Servo.
It's a good way to start.
Hello. So many touching things have been shared by these wonderful people in Jesse and Zach's community, and I'm so honored to join them. I realize that I have one hand holding my speech and one the microphone. I don't know which one's going to get the tissue. My name is Claire. I feel so grateful to be able to say that Jesse and I have known each other since the 6th grade. Homework club. I'll tell you guys about it later. I guess really wants me to talk about homework club. How's this? Good. And we've been very close friends since high school. Something that has always been true about Jesse is that he genuinely, deeply values every moment spent with those he loves. Jesse doesn't squeeze you into his schedule. He welcomes you into his schedule. See, tissues. He cherishes the memories you create together, and often he is the one who has put all the pieces in place for you to create those memories in the first place. Jesse will sit on a bus for 2 hours for a get-together that lasts half the time. He will rearrange his whole workday because he learned that you had an extra 20 minutes to grab a coffee together before you hopped on the train back to Boston. Jesse, you are so giving in your time and your energy and your love. And one of the most impressive things is that you see this time spent with your friends, family, Zach, as gifts to you. How many people in this world have what we have, which is an incredible person in our lives who finds every possible way to spend time with us and then thanks us for the experience. Jesse, you were one of the most beautiful people I've ever had in my life, and I learn from you all the time. What is so beautiful about Jesse and Zach as a couple is that before you, you have two people who are both so incredible at valuing time and valuing the time they spend together. They are always creating adventures for each other. With Jesse and Zach, there is this sense of infinite possibilities for what they can go out and do and create and enjoy together. You are an inspiration to every couple to go out and seize new experiences and enjoy every single second of them. I love you both with my whole heart, and I feel so blessed to be a part of your community. This community is incredible. Cheers to you both.
All right, Claire Servo, everybody. Now, at this time, I'd like everyone to please rise out of their seats just for a moment. And begin making your way towards the dance floor because the party starts in 3, 2, 1. Come on, everybody, come and join them.
Backstreet's back, alright. Oh my God, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody sing. Gonna bring the flame, I'll show you how. Got a question for you, better answer now. Yeah. Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one? Yeah. Am I sexual? Yeah. Am I everything you need? You better rock your body now. Everybody, yeah. Rock your body.
Only men on distant ships, women with them, walking with them. So where I go, and I go there, it's spring anymore. Only hymns upon your lips, mystic wisdom rising with them. Just like that, and then oh yeah, now it's heaven. That light, God is so nice. Going down where the figs lie. Still, you must admit, with the two anatomies, it truly is daunting. I mean, how everything might. Not that I'm saying I would not want to. Of course, I have to go. Wait. Where I go, and I go there, no more shadows anymore. Only a man with golden hair
inside.